Hi connectors! As you know, Mother's Day is coming up. So I wanted to give you some ideas of some crafts you can make for your mom. You don't have to do these crafts, but they're just ideas if you're looking for ideas. Otherwise, you can make her a card or anything at all. And Mrs. Niles made a video to show you about a book that you can make for your mom for Mother's Day, which will be very special. One thing you can make at home with some at-home materials are small vases with homemade flowers. So I have received from my kids 2 different kinds of vases. One looks like this, and it was just a plastic water bottle. So we're reusing some materials. Cut. You would need a grown-up to help you. The top gets cut off, recycled, or used for something else. And for the bottom, you can take tissue paper and paint over it with white glue. And as you paint over it, it starts to stick down. Now, you can paint under it too a little bit and over it, because the over it is what's gonna make it kind of shiny and pretty. So you can cover the whole thing. I know it's hard to see. You can cover the whole thing with tissue paper and glue, and when it dries it will be kind of shiny like this. If you want to cut out some letters from magazines, you can add a word and also paint over it. So my daughter painted over these letters with paint. If the paint is too thick, add a little water. Maybe I mentioned that. So that's one little vase you can make. Another little vase you can make is with a can. So if you have a leftover can and it's cleaned out, you can put glue all over it and wrap yarn around it. You could wrap paper around it and decorate the paper. You could put ribbon around it. Lots of different ideas for a can. Now we want to make the flowers that go inside. I am running out of paint at home, so I have found some other ways to make flowers besides just painting them. So one way to make a paper have a kind of watercolor effect, but without actually using watercolors, is with markers and water. So I tried this out and it worked. All you have to do is draw a flower. I'm going to draw a little one here. Color it with your regular washable markers, however you want to color it. You can make all kinds of designs. I'm just going kind of fast for this one just to show you. Then you just paint over it with water. It's not messy. You don't need paint, but I think it comes out really pretty. So right now it doesn't look like much, but as the paint dries, it kind of like bleeds into the other areas and makes a watercolor effect. It kind of even goes off the flower, so that's why I'm gonna cut it out at the end. So after it's dry, you can cut the flower on the pencil line that you drew. Hopefully you can still see the line. And then I have a flower. I'm going to, you can, make a construction paper stem. I happen to have these. If you have pipe cleaners work. You can tape it on or just staple it on. And put it right into your vase. And you can make a few of those and have a little bouquet. That's one way you can make a flower. Another way you can make a flower, if you have tissue paper, I'm not sure if you do. I happen to have it. If you do, get some layers. So I'm using some pink, 2 layers of pink, a layer of red. I'm going to kind of put them not in any particular order. but I have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 sheets here. Now, holding them together, I'm going to draw a circle, pretty big. It's about, can you see it? Like the size of my fist. I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna cut them all out together. Now this is the hard part. I have to hold it together. Oh, what you could do to help yourself, actually, is to staple it right in the middle. Ask a grown-up to help you with the stapler. Ask them if you're allowed to use it. If not, you can just hold it and then someone will help you staple it at the end. So you make the circle, dun, 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 cut it all around. This is actually how I made some flowers for my hat when we had crazy hat day, because I wanted some flowers for my bee. So now I have, if you haven't stapled it yet, now's the time. Staple it in the middle. And then what you do is you take each layer and you start crinkling it up. So I've got the first one crinkled up, the second one crinkled up, the third one crinkled up. You might have to go down on the table to do it. You can, if you have all different colors of tissue paper, you can choose what colors you want to use. So you crinkle them up one by one, and then you can kind of fluff them out, move it around how you think it looks good. And we have another kind of flower, a tissue paper flower. Gonna do the same thing. I don't have pipe cleaners. These are working for me these days, so I'm gonna staple or tape it on to this little styrofoam. I can also, again, cut my own stem out of paper. But here's another kind of flower. Oop. Sometimes you have to re-staple. Here's another kind of flower that you could make for your vase. And then the third kind of flower I'm just going to remind you about, because we've already made these in school. So this you already know how to do. This is the coffee filter flower. You can color on your coffee filter and then spray it with water. You can watercolor on it. You can do whatever you want to do if you have a coffee filter to make it colorful. Then remember, we pushed it down in the middle, gave it a twist. I'm not decorating mine right now just because I just want you to see what, remind you how to make it into the flower. Then we took construction paper and we rolled it up. This is what we did at school. And then you can glue it down. So actually I'll use this glue that I already started with over here. If you don't have glue, you can always do tape. Glue it down. Here's a nice stem. Oh, what else did we do with our stems? We cut leaves. You can cut leaves. Again, I'm going fast so that you guys can get to work. After you make the stem, you can put a little glue inside or on your flower and stick it in. And here, when it dries, you have another kind of flower. So you could make this kind for your vase. So these are just some of the kinds of crafts that I'm just trying to make them look nice here. These are just some of the kind of crafts that you can make for mom for Mother's Day. Whatever you make her, she's gonna love it. It comes from you, it comes from the heart. Have a happy, happy, happy Mother's Day with your mom. And we will see you on Zoom very soon. Have a great day. Bye.